Good morning and Happy New Year, everybody. It's a beautiful overcast day here in New Jersey. So I thought we'd do a quick bike check on my All-City Big Block 2018 model. I've currently got it configured as somewhat of a Townie get-around bicycle, inspired from some of the old school Dutch bikes. So I'm going to take you through component by component and do a quick walkthrough. Started off with the frame. It's the All-City Big Block in a pink fade. Pretty nice color. Sometimes I wish it was a little bit less pink, but we got the All-City 612 tubing, which is just their own 4130 chromoly, which is very nice and durable. Got a bunch of little dings and scratches on it, but I don't think that affects the riding in any way. The frame has the classic track horizontal dropouts with these handy little tensioning screws here that are great for getting a straight chain line. I've got it set it up fixed gear right now, so having that straight chain line with proper chain tension really helps the ride feel quite a bit. Moving to the drivetrain, I've got the stock All-City 46 tooth chainring hooked up to a 22 tooth cog in the back. It came with maybe a 18 or so, but it's a little hilly where I am now, so boosted up that back cog. I've got just over a 2.0 gear ratio now, and I found that's really good. I can go about 12 miles an hour or so comfortably and get up some pretty steep hills. In terms of the pedal setup, I've got some MKS touring pedals. They've got these teeth here that dig into your shoes, give you good traction, and the tried and true All-City leather double straps with a plastic toe clip. I know some people like the metal toe clips, but I found that these plastic ones are a little bit safer, because if you end up scratching on something, the plastic will break instead of you going over the handlebars. And speaking of handlebars, I've got the Jones H bar. I think they're the 710 millimeter wide bars with no rise to them. But I got the stem stacked up pretty high, so didn't really think I needed that rise. I got them set up with some ergon grips and a little bit of just cheap Amazon fake leather bar tape in the middle. I really like these Jones bars. They give you a relaxed enough riding position. Get your arms spread nice and wide. That helps out with climbing. But at the same time, because they don't have that rise, and because they're really not swept back all that far, your arms are pretty much in line with the steering axis, which gives it a good ride feel, in my opinion. I've tried a bunch of other bars on this bike. I had some walled touring bars set up. They had a really tall rise and sweep back, and that made the bike feel a little bit too sluggish for my liking. These Jones bars are, in my opinion, the perfect middle ground if you're looking for something that's nice and fun but not too aggressive. You'll see I've got both a front and rear brake installed, even though I do got the fixed gear set up. I used to just have the front brake, but recently added the rear brake. Probably the best thing about it is it gives you an additional hand position with your hands kind of resting right like this when you're riding, which is pretty nice for when you're climbing. And of course, having that rear brake saves your knees a little bit when you're going down hills. Moving to the rear, we've got the Brooks B17 saddle in black. This saddle's been awesome. It's just over a year old, and in my opinion it looks brand new, save a couple of scratches here and there. I've only applied the proof hide once to this thing, and it broke in really nice. It's probably due for another coating, but hoping to have this saddle for a long time, so I don't want to overdo it with the proof hide. And similarly, don't want to overdo it with the tensioning screw. If you tension this screw too much, eventually you're going to run out of travel on this here, and the saddle is going to be a dunzo. So in my opinion, you take it nice and slow with these saddles. Don't overdo it with the maintenance. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and these saddles should last for a long time. Connected to the saddle, I've got one of the Sackville bags from Rivendell. This is my first product that I've bought from Rivendell. I'm a big fan of them, and I really like this saddle bag. It's perfect size for day rides, maybe even an overnighter. Fit inside my U-lock and a tube, and then whatever goodies I pick up on the ride go in there as well. I got the bike set up with some fenders right now, front and rear. It's a little rainy. I find these mud flaps that are really nice when it comes to cleaning your bike, because you don't get all the road grit on your drivetrain, on your seat, on yourself. Saves a lot of time. Less time cleaning your bike, more time riding it. Clean it off. We got the Schwabel Marathon 32C. I think I've only had 1 or 2 flats on these in the 2 or 3 years that I've had them. I think they're awesome. Tires, you see they got a nice tread pattern that wicks away rain and dirt, gives you good traction, but doesn't slow you down too much. They're not the most supplest tires, so to say. They've got a really, really thick sidewall and a really, really thick bead. So they are kind of a pain to seat on, but since you barely get any flats on these, I think it's worth it. For my next set of tires, I might go with something a little bit more supple to improve the ride quality, but been really pleased with these tires all in all. So this is the bike. Curious what you guys think of it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Love to see you guys got any bikes similar to this. Until next time.